So you're deciding on a city to live in. For here, you need to understand the implications of residing here and the unfairness you too will inevitably fear.
Unfairness?
Yeah, unfairness. The city designers managed to integrate this into every possible avenue and system. Now, your main source of income here will come from player v player battles, but in these battles lies a deeper problem with where we are battling. To the naked eye of viewers, our stages seem grand, vibrant, and better than ever. And in reality, that is how stage designers want their said battles to be: grand and vibrant, but not necessarily better in terms of flow. See, when a team totally triumphs another, it's usually because they toil the other with big flashy weapons. And these sponsors love big flashy weapons.
Who are the sponsors?
Great question. Anyway, so as map designers meticulously made their stage grounds, they cut many routes that made it possible to make the most of the map, because sponsors love big flashy weapons. And the best way to show off said flashy weapons is to press choke points for team clashes to congregate. The more fights you can force, the more chaos you can ensue. Such is how the system goes. The consequence is restricted map layouts unfit for true genius and strategic plans, producing a reliance on entry specials and soda. Such is unfair to the players trying to do the unconventional only to realize the harsh limit of its potential. Because it's only conventional strategies that sponsor the door, and when you have bills you can't ignore, the gameplay to you as a player has to be a bore and a chore if you want money more. And after all of that, some payouts get ruined if your teams or opponents just leave, leaving itself a wasted match and wasted time of those unfairly put a man down. We don't know how or why it happens, but it happens often nonetheless. So yes, battles are chaotic, but take a look not at layouts, but visuals. How many maps stream chaos as promised and advertised to us battlers? One. The first one. And we aren't only fed up with maps, especially the Range, Hydra, and Bamboo fans. It took more time for Range to receive a second kit than Range got its third in Goblet Square. We have not gotten variation for more than a year and a half with these three weapons. Look, you know how this place was once really popular? Heck, there were about 3 million people alone, all from one island on day one trying to get in. And now look at all the empty apartments that you can move into. New stuff came out real slow, and I don't think people like waiting 3 months for stuff to be fresh again. At least the final weapons were blessed with reasonable kits. Some kits I wish I could say make sense, but alas, nothing is perfect. Some weapons will just be forever cursed.
What about gear? Isn't gear really cool?
Cool? Yes. Practical? Hardly. The gear economy is tough. In fact, every part of this economy is tough. If you want the best of the best gear, you're going to need the most of the most amount of chunks, which come from the slowest of the slowest methods. Battles taking days, weeks to fill one slot. You have 9 of them. And if you want a different set, the cycle continues as your time is slowly collected and used, all for a tiny benefit.
But can't you also earn cash with this too?
Yes, you can, but I'll show you why those people still can't pay rent, and partially why they left. No sane person would ever tell you about this machine. It's a leech on the economy that has odds so unattainable, so unfair. The shell-out machine. The amount of coins you can spend here frightens me, all for a grand prize of a gold banner that is nothing but a vanity item. The rest, practically useless. The only other avenue to get cash is this shady hut where instead of at least guaranteed payouts from battles, your paycheck is completely random. Not only regular cash, but they provide these scales, which somehow manage to be rarer and more time-consuming than gear chunks. Consecutive shifts taking weeks, months, for one scale. You need a lot more than one. It's atrocious. Even trying to do stuff for fun is a challenge. They appear so infrequently and can be at times so unreasonable. Sometimes they are just the regular modes with nothing new added. And our other unreasonable event has shown me how split up we can be over a stupid topic, acting like children and complaining about menial problems. Even if you win many Splatfest battles, if the rest of your team performed poorly, your victories carry no weight. And the team that wins objectifies their option is the best by law. After Team Money got their victory, making it legally better than everything else, all I saw was the Shellout machine take even more victims for hours on end. Your move in should be easy, but know that the previous tenant moved out because they couldn't take the unfairness. So what's the decision?
I think I'll talk to that guy over there first.